Good evening, I'm Bersatu Michael and you're watching Kini News. Is Malaysia under the Harapan government too democratic? Do we have too much freedom to do whatever we want? Those are the questions being raised by some after a string of controversies. Home Minister Muhyiddin Yassin has questioned whether Malaysia has become so democratically mature to the point that anyone was free to do as they please without considering the consequences. Muhyiddin was commenting on former members of the Communist Party of Malaya, CPM, who met in Kajang yesterday to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Hat Yai Peace Accord between the Malaysian government and CPM. The meeting came in the wake of the controversy over CPM leader Chin Peng's ashes being brought back to Malaysia.
Ya, saya faham. Saya pun rakyat Malaysia, biasa pun saya risau. Kadang-kadang lebih daripada risau. Kenapa mutakhir ini ada trend-trend sebegini yang agak timbul? Apakah kerana negara kita sudah matang dari segi demokrasi, boleh buat apa suka, siapa nak menunjukkan perasaan tertentu boleh buat begitu, ataupun ada kesan-kesan yang lain?
Muhyiddin said the police special branch is investigating the gathering, which was attended by 300 people. Quizzed on the presence of politicians at the event, including those from Pakatan Harapan, Muhyiddin said his ministry would scrutinize the police report on this.
Tiap satu perkara yang berlaku, kita secara serta-merta pihak PDRM dan kita punya agensi yang lain di bawah Kementerian Dalam Negeri buat siasatan. Kita tak tunggu seminggu, sebulan, tak ada. Immediate selepas daripada itu kita ambil tindakan. Kerana kita kalau kita biarkan dia agak berlarut sehari, 2 hari, macam-macam boleh berlaku.
Among those present at the gathering were DAP Assembly Person Ronnie Liu, former PKR Deputy President Syed Hussein Ali, and PSM National Chairperson Dr. Michael Jayakumar. So while Muhyiddin has responded with worries surrounding issues related to Chin Peng, PKR's Anwar Ibrahim has taken a softer approach. PKR President Anwar Ibrahim said the current climate does not warrant Chin Peng's ashes being turned into a big issue. He explained why to reporters today.
Tahu sejarah, tahu masalah kekejaman, tahu perlawanan, tahu sensitiviti dan perasaan tentera dan polis, tetapi juga tahu bahawa kita dah capai perdamaian. Tun Razak telah mula berunding dengan Chow En Lai dan Datuk Seri Najib, ada hubungan baik dengan Parti Komunis China dan Kerajaan Negeri China. Tun Mahathir teruskan. Saya pun jumpa Parti Komunis China, jadi saya tak fikir soal abu itu harus jadi terlalu hangat.
Chin Peng, whose real name is Ong Bu Hua, was the Secretary General of CPM until it laid down its arms in 1989. He died in Thailand in 2013. Former Inspector General of Police Abdul Rahim Noor, who was directly involved in the peace accord then as Chief of Police Special Branch, had defended the return of the ashes, as he said CPM is no longer a threat. Previously, the PKR president said there were no discussions on a no-confidence vote against Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad within Pakatan Harapan. Now, PKR has denied there is a motion of no confidence against Anwar. PKR Communications Director Fahmi Fazal has denied there is a motion of no confidence against the party president.
Dan setakat ini tidak ada usul yang dibawa ke perhatian jawatankuasa berkenaan dengan sebarang usul undi tidak percaya. Jadi zero. There's no usul so far of that nature yang dihantar.
Furthermore, Fahmi said the deadline for submitting motions for the PKR National Congress has expired. The alleged no-confidence motion was raised in a joint statement by Lembah Pantai Youth Vice Chief Nazrin Idham Razali, Sandakan Pro Tem Secretary Isaac Wong, and Lembah Pantai Committee members Muhammad Nur Fadli Omar and Muhammad Yazid Muhammad Saleh. The group, which is aligned to Azmin, urged leaders at all levels, including the Central Leadership Council members, to push a motion of no confidence against Anwar for allegedly undermining the reformation agenda. PKR's National Congress will be held from December 5th to 8th in Malacca. Previously, it was reported that Azmin and those aligned to him are planning to hold a separate Congress during the same period. Yesterday, PKR Advisory Council Chairperson Dr. Wan Aziza Wan Ismail said there would only be one Congress. Based on the pictures you're about to see, you'd be surprised that such an event took place in Malaysia. Tattoos and topless models? The government isn't too happy about it. The Malaysia Tattoo Expo 2019, which was held at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre over the weekend, was supported by the Tourism, Arts and Culture Ministry. But now the event is being probed by the same ministry after photos of the event went viral. So what's all the fuss about? Several models were almost nude, with some female models wearing nothing but nipple covers to cover their tops. Minister Muhyiddin Yassin said the tattoo expos have been held in Sabah in previous years, but did not have such incidents. He said he understood that it was done behind closed doors, but it contravened etiquette. He added that hosting international events is good for the tourism industry, but not this way, as it does not reflect the true image of Malaysia. The ministry supported the event, however, according to the ministry, no permission was given to carry out any lewd elements. Floods on the east coast triggered by monsoon rains have forced thousands to abandon their submerged homes to seek shelter elsewhere. The number of flood victims have increased to over 11,000 in 2 states alone. Terengganu flood victims have increased drastically to almost 6,000 people as at 8 a.m. today. In Kelantan, over 5,600 people are being accommodated at relief centres in 7 districts in the state as at 7 a.m. today. In Kuala Terengganu, the flood situation seems to be getting worse. A total of 55 flood relief centres have been opened in Terengganu since early today to accommodate new evacuees, bringing to 121 the total number of flood evacuation centres that were opened since the floods hit the state. Terengganu Malaysian Civil Defence Force Director Che Adam Abdul Rahman said Bersatu is the worst affected district. As more people are being moved to evacuation centres throughout the east coast, a 7-year-old boy in Kelantan is feared to have drowned after being swept away by floodwaters. NST reported that Muhammad Hilham Asmadi had accompanied his father to lay a fishing net near a paddy field yesterday evening when he reportedly fell into a drain and was swept away. An emergency call was made 20 minutes later at 6:40 p.m, after which a rescue operation was launched. Pasir Puteh Fire Services and Rescue Station Operations Chief Azhar Elmi Mustafa, however, said that they have yet to locate the child. Fresh from their by-election victory in Tanjung Piai, MCA held its 66th Annual General Assembly on Sunday. MCA President Wee Ka Siong read out a lengthy thank you list at the party's 66th Annual General Assembly on Sunday for helping Wee Jack Sang secure the Tanjung Piai Parliament seat. UMNO leaders weren't the only ones on the list. Past leaders were also honoured. We also sang praise for Muafakat Nasional.
Muafakat Nasional berpaksikan kepada perlembagaan persekutuan dan pada waktu yang sama menyokong nilai-nilai sejagat yang menitik beratkan elemen kepelbagaian serta kesederhanaan.
During the AGM last year, MCA passed a resolution to push for the dissolution of BN and to form a new alliance. However, a lot has changed since then. Now MCA has twice the number of parliament seats. At a press conference later on Sunday, we said MCA will continue to move forward as a team in BN.
Whatever decision, it must be accepted amicably by all parties. That's the beauty of bipartisan action. I like Pakatan Harapan, now only Tun Mahathir said, they say no means no. The appointment of AG, appointment of Latifah, we're fully aware. But in Barisan Nasional, if you make a decision, it must be based on consensus.
Meanwhile, we also said MCA will amend the party constitution to lower the membership age from 18 to 16. He said this is in line with the Dewan Rakyat passed constitutional amendment to lower the voting age from 21 to 18. Coming up next, after almost a week of peace, protests are back in Hong Kong and the police are moving in. Trump may have a big fan base in Hong Kong now, but he's fighting mounting pressure at home. All that and more after this. Police fired tear gas in Hong Kong, marking the end of a week of relative calm since district elections. In a Hong Kong square, thousands gathered against police use of tear gas on Sunday. Families came with their children carrying placards and yellow balloons, following a week of relative calm.
It bothers everyone, from kids to adults. It's as if the entire society needs to come to a halt. People don't dare to come out on account of the risk of tear gas.
Their message does not seem to have been heard. Elsewhere, police fired volleys of tear gas and deployed pepper spray, marking the end of a lull in violence since district elections a week ago that delivered an overwhelming victory to pro-democracy candidates. Activists have pledged to maintain the momentum of their movement, and on Sunday, thousands were marching, urging people not to forget the reason to protest: anger at perceived Chinese meddling in Hong Kong's freedoms. That march followed another earlier in the day to the US consulate, where the American national anthem was sung to thank the US President Donald Trump. Trump has recently signed into law 2 bills that would ban exports of anti-rioting munitions to China and impose possible sanctions based on its handling of Hong Kong, which drew a sharp rebuke from Beijing's foreign ministry. While Trump is celebrated on the other side of the planet, things aren't looking so good at home in the United States.
Mr. President, will you attend next week?
The White House told Democratic lawmakers on Sunday that US President Donald Trump and his lawyers would not participate in a congressional impeachment hearing this week, citing a lack of fundamental fairness. Trump's aides responded defiantly to the first of 2 crucial deadlines he faces in Congress this week, as Democrats prepare to shift the focus on their impeachment inquiry from fact-finding to the consideration of possible charges of misconduct over his dealings with Ukraine.
And in my view, there is nothing more dangerous than an unethical president who believes they are above the law.
The Democratic-led House of Representatives Judiciary Committee, tasked with considering charges known as articles of impeachment, had given Trump until 6 p.m. on Sunday to say whether he would impeach a lawyer to take part in the Judiciary panel's proceedings on Wednesday. Congressional investigators have been looking into whether Trump abused his power by pressuring Ukraine to launch investigations of former Democratic Vice President Joe Biden, who is running to unseat him in the 2020 presidential election, and a discredited conspiracy theory that Ukraine, not Russia, interfered in the 2016 US presidential election. Trump has denied any wrongdoing, calling the impeachment inquiry a sham. Now let's take a look at other news highlights from today. And that's all from us today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Bersatu Michael. Thank you for watching. But before we go, we leave you with exciting visuals of the Immigration Department's Special Tactical Group in action.
Hey!